Hey, it's Tanya here from A Child-Free Happily Ever After. Now, I want to take this conversation into the workplace. Now, as someone who lived her corporate career as a child-free woman, there were certainly a lot of things that I hated, and I certainly was treated differently in some circumstances because I was child-free. So different sets of rules applied to me than what they did to child-free women. But I really want to bring up this topic of what not to say to a child-free co-worker. Now, I to this day hear stories from women who talk about experiences they've had in the workplace with mums in particular, sort of bullying to a certain degree, telling them that they should have kids, that they're going to miss out on life, they're not going to be happy, and what sort of a woman are you if you don't have kids, and so forth. And these types of conversations, one, are wrong in general, but they're certainly wrong in the workplace. Your status as a woman should not have anything to do with if you have kids or not have kids in the workplace. You certainly should not be having that, or not saying to child-free women that you work with those types of statements. They are rude and offensive, and they do not belong in a workplace environment. Again, it's irrelevant if they've got kids or not, as to how well they do their job. Or saying that, things like, you've got kids, you don't have kids, therefore you can stay back and work on that, or you can go to that event, or you can do that travel because you don't have kids, so therefore your time's not as important. So the reason why I suppose I film these videos and I bring up these topics is I want to start these conversations and get people thinking about these conversations in those types of environments. So if you are in a corporate workplace and you hear that type of conversation, perhaps stand up to the person that's saying it and say, hang on a minute, that's not appropriate and certainly not acceptable workplace behaviour. If you're in HR, I would think that you would be doing that automatically, but I see it happen. I've experienced it myself. I hear stories to this day of those types of things happening, and they shouldn't be happening. So there are certain things that are not okay to say to your co-worker, regardless of whether they've got kids or not, but certainly if they are child-free. Just be really mindful and really respectful of the conversations that you have, please. I really want to change this dialogue and the conversation in society, and we can all be part of that, and we can all play our part in that as well. So I'm going to go and have a glass of wine. It's Friday afternoon and I'm well overdue. Please have a fabulous weekend, and as always, what do I say? Never let anyone dull your sparkle.